Hello, I'm Jashikins, and welcome to another episode of Jash Reads. Tonight, we are continuing reading Animorphs number 5, The Predator by K.A. Applegate. And hopefully, no husband interruptions this time. Yay! I swear to God. Woo. That was an incident. Axe finished building his distress beacon. He had it ready the next day, now that he had the Z-Space transponder. Now we just had to figure out where to lay our trap. It could be any place that would... It couldn't be any place that would ever be connected with us. Not Cassie's farm or the nearby woods. Not even anywhere in town if we could help it. A couple days after the ant episode, we hooked up again in the fields of Cassie's farm, up against the trees of the forest. This was one area we definitely had to keep safe. It was the only place we had to keep Axe if this mission to help him escape failed. It was Tobias who came up with the answer. There's a gravel quarry. It's further inland. There's never anyone there, and it is just about an hour's flying time away. If we're flying somewhere, we'll have to get Axe a bird morph of some type, Jake said. He looked at Cassie. We have a few choices in the barn, she said. She bit her lip, thinking. We have a northern harrier that was poisoned. About your size, Tobias. Axe, do you mind picking up a bird morph? Jake asked. I have admired Tobias's shape. It is truly wonderful in every way. The sharp talons, the beak, much better than the human body. Not that I mean to offend. It is just that humans have no natural weapons. I miss my tail when I am in human morph. No offense taken, I said. But you're wrong about humans having no natural weapons. You marinate human feet in a pair of old tennis shoes for a few hours on a hot day, and you'll see a deadly weapon. The dreaded Stinkfoot. Woo! Okay. That's settled, Jake said. Now, let's get down to details. If we're going to call down a bug fighter, we need to have a plan ready. Saturday should be the day, I think. As long as it doesn't involve ants, I said. I meant it as a joke. But no one laughed. No ants. Jake agreed quietly. I shook my head in amusement. You know, we're talking about taking on Hork-Bajir and Taxons. I used to think they were the scariest things in the world. But it's the little ant that scares me worse now. When the meeting broke up, I hung around till Jake was done saying goodbye to Cassie. Jake and I walked home together. For a while, we talked about the normal kinds of things we used to talk about before our lives changed. We talked about basketball and disagreed over which was the best NBA team. We talked about music. Neither of us had bought a new CD recently. We even talked about whether Spider-Man could kick Batman's butt or vice versa. You know, stupid, normal, everyday stuff. I was stalling because I didn't want to have to tell him what I had decided. Jake's been my friend forever. He knows me. Marco, what's the problem? What do you mean? I mean, you haven't said a single mean yet funny thing the whole way. That's not you. I laughed. Then I just blurted it out. This is my last time. I said, what do you mean? He knew exactly what I meant, of course. I'm in for this time. But that's it. No more after that. And I'm serious. No one is going to guilt me into it. I've done enough. He thought about that for a while as we walked. You're right. You have done enough. You've done a million times more than enough. It's just been too many close calls. Yeah. One of these days, we aren't going to pull it off, 10 more seconds, and those ants would have had us. And before that, it was a pot of boiling water. And before that, I was practically killed by sharks. I mean, come on, enough is enough. You're right, Jake said. Yeah, I was surprised that he took it so well. I guess I shouldn't have been. We all kind of treat Jake like he's the leader, but he's never been pushy about it. What are you going to do Sunday? He asked. That took me by surprise again. I don't know. Some Sundays we go to my mom's grave, leave flowers and all. But this is the 2-year thing. I shrugged. I don't know, man. He just nodded. But I'll tell you one thing, Jake. A year from now, I don't want my dad going to leave flowers at 2 graves. And that's the end of that chapter. It did take a few books for me to actually get to like Marco, and now he is definitely one of my little babies. He's like Tobias. I relate to Tobias, Marco, and Axe like the most out of all the Animorphs. And I like that we finally get a book told from Marco's perspective. You see his struggle with he's lost his mother, and in last chapter he said that when he lost his mother, he also lost his father at the same time, and it shows you that really, really, really hammers the point in that Marco really cares about his father, like beyond anything else, beyond any obligation. He's like, I don't want to fight not because I'm a coward, but because my father, I need to make sure he's okay. And he knows what being dying does to the people you leave behind, and he doesn't want that for his father. He sees that his father's broken and is afraid that if he dies too, his father's going to be completely lost. So yeah, if you would like to talk about this nice happy chapter, please comment below. Let's get started with a really nerdy conversation. Oh, but remember, no major spoilers. No major spoilers, because I'll tell you in a moment. But anyways, if you do want to talk major spoilers to me, like I have this super awesome fan theory or this idea that this chapter sparked, and like, hey, I never thought about this, but this is how I might connect later on. If you're watching on the YouTubes, link in the description to my Tumblr Ask Box. And you can just, do spoilery content there. And, for the reason no major spoilers, I am hoping, because I am so awesome and, so totally famous, that people will be brought into the Animorphs fandom via these videos. They'll be like, "Oh, cool, this seems cool," and then I will convert the whole world to Animorphs, and we will finally get a good fucking adaptation of Animorphs, like a movie or Netflix series, something fucking awesome. Besides the horrible fucking Nickelodeon show. God, I'm cleaning myself off. So, if you're one of those new people that are watching, like, wow, Animorphs number 5, The Predator sounds fucking awesome, and you want your own very own copy of Animorphs number 5, The Predator by K. Applegate, if you are watching on the YouTubes, link in the description. If you are watching on my blog, link down below. And at that link, you can buy your very own copy of Animorphs number 5, The Predator by K. Applegate. And if you are watching on the YouTubes, please like this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you're watching on my blog and watching on the desktop version of my blog, please choose the follow by email option. Now to the real life segment. Well, tomorrow is voting, so I'm going to vote. I've been reading up, not as much as I should have. I feel like I'm going to be put into this really major exam, and I'm slacking off, not studying as well as I should. And it's like bringing memories of college back. Except this whole voting thing is much more important than, well, I guess both school and voting are important because you need the schooling to actually understand everything going on. But yeah, don't stay up too late. Wake up early. Go vote. I don't like moving. I don't think Rev Resner is up to driving yet, so we'll probably take an Uber and vote. And yeah, I didn't get start to vote until after I think like near the end of college, like sometime after there. It's just, I don't know, I wasn't really into politics before, but then it's sort of, as time went on, it's like, well, even though I don't like politics because it's so overly fucking complicated, and in the US there's a whole treating each side like a football team almost, and I like to avoid it, but there comes a point when you realize the world you live in is shaped by, the way people vote. So there comes a point when you have to realize that if you want to affect the nation a certain way, you need to vote. It's not pleasant, but it's overly complicated, but there you go. You really need to pay attention. If you're old enough, you should go out and vote. If you are too young to vote, maybe just keep on top of certain things and figure out how you're going to vote when you actually can. And I'm not going to at this point tell you should vote this way or that way. It's just you do what you think is right and you follow your own morals. And just remember not to just go to one news source. You remember to sort of keep it open, and even if it's a very different view than yours, you sort of do need to keep this open-mindedness, because what I was saying about the football teams, basically they will, no matter what news source you use, it's going to be biased, so you need to use a couple. Oh, gosh. Well, go out and vote. It's going to be fun. There's going to be cake. Well, there's going to be cake for me after I finish this video. I will nom on some cake, but, you know, maybe after voting you can treat yourself to some cake. I don't know. Somehow cake can be involved. Cake can be involved in anything. It doesn't even have to be a special occasion. And now to the Hopeful Wishes segment. Hopeful Wishes segment is where I say some hopeful wishes and then drink. The drink of choice tonight for me will be water. And you can join in two lovely ways. The first is you can submit your own hopeful wish. You can do so simply by commenting down below, and it will be read next episode. So that'll be awesome. And you can also join in by drinking with me. You can drink your favorite alcohol, liqueur, or whatever the fuck's lying around. And hey, if you don't drink for whatever reason, water, coffee, tea. So no one submitted any hopeful wishes for this episode. So I'm going to make up some of my own. First off, I hope everyone is doing good both mentally and physically because no one needs to deal with any medical bullshit. I hope Rev Resner continues with this speed recovery. I hope myself, Rev Resner, and everyone else who's going to vote has an easy time getting there. Yeah. And I hope that tomorrow it doesn't rain here. Just when I have places to go, I don't like it to rain. And I will begin drinking in 3, 2, 1. And next episode will be more of Animorphs number 5, The Predator by Kay Alpagate. And that will be airing soon enough tonight. So stay tuned.